Hi, ChaosBoy13 here with another multi-video game review. I know it's been a while, but, well, you know, bite me. Microwave pork. Okay, that really has nothing to do with this video, but I thought I'd go ahead and be an a-hole and show it off. Haha. First off, we have Dead Rising. Ooh. It's a quaint little Capcom beat-em-up where you play this Ash wannabe that's fighting off a mall full of zombies. And it's so much like the Dawn of the Dead series that they actually put a disclaimer on the front that says, "This game was not developed, approved, or licensed by the owners or creators of George A. Romero's Dawn of the Dead." Yeah. It's like they were expecting someone to take offense. Anyway, I kind of like it, mostly because it's a mindless beat-em-up with zombies. It's basically the exact opposite of most of your survival horror type games. And then we have Crackdown. What it is basically I guess a poor man's version of Grand Theft Auto. But personally, I like it better because it doesn't send you on a bunch of pointless missions where it's really too difficult and you gain almost nothing from it. You're basically just sent after a bunch of crime bosses, pick up whatever weapons you can find, and as you go, you develop these attributes that eventually turn you into basically this cross between the Punisher and Hancock. It's pretty fun, even if some say it's a short game. You should check it out. Next up is everybody's favorite Xbox 360 survival horror game set in an underwater sort of laboratory of sorts. And yes, of course I'm talking about BioShock. Big Daddy wants you. Okay. Yeah, I kind of like it. It's relatively easy, amazingly difficult to learn in the end. Because in the end, you're basically going off against all kinds of different, zombies or whatever. And there's a few funny things about this game. One being that you occasionally come across these guys around the corner. It sounds like they're carrying on a completely civilized conversation. Then you turn the corner and they turn out to be homicidal maniacs. It's really funny. And then we have another Xbox 360 survival horror game. Although some people say it isn't a survival horror, it's more of a rip-off of a bunch of science fiction space-type things. But I've had my share of scares with it. And yes, I'm talking about Dead Space. I consider it one of the scariest games you'll find on the Xbox 360, and of course that also doesn't mean much considering that Silent Hill and Resident Evil don't really have a big selection on the Xbox 360 at this point. Or if they do, then I'm not aware of them, in which case, bite me. Anyway, I remember one moment in this game that really stands out. this part where I walk into this lab and I see what looks like some woman crying over her dead brother, husband, whatever. And she turns around, sees you, and just starts laughing hysterically. And the scene ends where she basically takes a big blade and, well, you'll have to play the game to see the rest of it, but it's pretty disturbing. Anyway, that ends my review of my latest Xbox 360 titles, and I'm going to stop talking like a robotic teleprompter, blah blah blah. Thank you for watching. Rate, subscribe, favorite. Did I mention subscribe? Not like I'm begging, just throwing hints. Subscribe. Tastes cheap.